So this is the third game of the finals. This is our second match of the entire 2 versus 2 tournament to actually go all 3 rounds. It is a best of 3 for each of the games. This is the final game and the final match. So whoever wins this match wins the tournament. The teams are Kepler and Turbinator, which their team is, I really should know this by now, in this part of the tournament. What's the name of their team? Has their team Andromeda, and Evanescus and Platoon are team Just Look At It. So some really interesting picks for this last game. Gragas, who we haven't seen, I don't think, at all in this tournament. Zillion, who we haven't seen at all in this tournament. Ash, who we haven't seen at all in this tournament. And Cho'Gath. We've seen him before in a few rounds, so he's not going to be anything new, but 3 champions we haven't seen at all in the tournament, all in the very last match. So as far as the bans go, everybody who's been getting played by both of these teams got banned this round. Malzahar, Mord, Tarek, Urgot, TF, and MF. So not too surprised on the bans, very surprised on the picks. Of course, Platoon has shown he can play any AD carry fairly well, so not too surprised to see him pick up Ash, really. But I'm interested in watching him play Ash. Zillion and Gragas, really wondering how they're going to perform in this 2 versus 2 format. They could be really good. It could be a really strong combination. I don't know. I've just never seen them.
I concur.
Seen them used. So I think it'll be a really interesting last match, and both teams, of course, are really good to have made it this far in the first place. And it's nice to note how evenly matched they are, as they both won one of these final games. So
welcome to Summoner's Rift.
The tournament still could go to either team, and should provide for a really interesting
yes, hurry.
match.
I have important work to get back to.
So I guess I'll re-explain a few things. I end up explaining every game, but just in case, this is the only video that you watch of the tournament.
I could help you do that.
I'll start off with explaining why I'm staring at Heimer here instead of the actual
30 seconds
champions who are participating in the tournament, and why the video is over here and covering up the mini-map. I'm not that obnoxious and want you to just look at my face instead of the mini-map. It actually does have some purpose. We had a problem. I'm live streaming this, and I cannot put a delay on it. XSplit is supposed to have the capability. I tried to utilize it. It's not working right now, and I looked in the XSplit forums, and it doesn't seem like it is supposed to be working right now. Seems like they know it doesn't work right now. XSplit's still in the beta, so it's expected that there's going to be some features that don't work right now, but it's just too bad that that one doesn't work, because I really would like to have that delay. Anyways, what I'm getting at is, without having that delay, if I show anything that's going on that one or the other team can't see, that'll give an advantage. So here we go, this very early game damage on Urgot. Would that rupture have landed, that might have been a kill. I said Urgot, gosh, onto Gragas. They're both big guys, right? So, but yeah, a lot of damage going on to Urgot there. Oh my god, I'm going to keep calling him Urgot all game. On to Gragas there. But Zillion answers back in the lane, getting a couple bombs onto Cho'Gath and dropping his health down. Now, if he can keep Cho'Gath from getting in range to get minion kills, Cho'Gath isn't going to be able to get that health back up. Really important to them to keep Cho'Gath off of these minions. Of course, Platoon has shown himself in the past as being very good at last hitting with these ranged AD carries. So they really need to try to prevent that as much as they can. Platoon getting that advantage in CS has not worked out well for them in the past, and they really I think would like to avoid that if they can. So, and they're doing the best they can to do it. They got a lot of damage on Ashe there. Cho'Gath's still low on health. Dragon's not at the best spot for health either. But his and Zilean's harassing is a lot more effective right now. So this might end up proving to be a really good combination. They are zoning out Ashe and Cho'Gath really effectively right now. Check and make sure I put on the right here. So, I'll try and see if I can explain a few components of the game that I was trying to get at before, but should action into. I'll talk about that instead. It looks like they are going in. That's just going to be a normal barrel toss onto Cho'Gath. Cho'Gath did land a rupture on Zilean. What I was trying to get at before, though, is earlier when we first started this tournament, there was the potential that anybody that was in the tournament could watch the live stream at the same time, especially if they were running the game in windowed mode, and they would have a big advantage of knowing what was going on in the game and where their opponent was, and that just wasn't a good thing, especially when it came to people being in the jungle and things like that. It gave a pretty big advantage in certain situations, and we wanted to make sure and remedy that. Without having a delay, the only way to really go about that is to take away that mini-map so people can only see what I can see here on the main screen, and make sure that I'm only looking at what both teams can already see. So if both teams can't already see something, I won't look at it, or at least I'll try my best not to. I don't think I've made much mistakes there so far, but certainly could happen. I'm pretty absent-minded sometimes. So you see now Gragas and Zilean being able to push onto this turret. They aren't the best combination for dealing damage to a turret early game, but still, any turret damage onto the turret is great. And they're really doing a great job of zoning out Ashe and Cho'Gath. If we look now at the CS, we can see that Platoon, who's been way ahead in minion kills all these other earlier games, is being held back in minion kills now. He's being zoned out on those minion kills, and that's very important for them. If they can keep Ashe off of minion kills, they're going to end up in a really strong position later in the game.
The cosine of your root.
And the game is telling me I need to move or I'll be disconnected. So doing that. And now Zilean and Gragas as Cho'Gath returns to the lane. Ashe has been in the lane for a while after returning back, but she hasn't taken any damage. So now they're in a good situation where they have a little bit of an advantage health-wise. So with Zilean and Gragas not going back, they're either going to need to put some heavy harass on them to get their health down low enough to where they can zone them out again, or they're going to have to go back and get that health and mana advantage. Oh, and I'm dying at this turret. Can't have that. That would be very bad. My first time dying in one of these games. Of course, it's going to happen. I guess it should happen in the final game. I'm very happy that the screen flashes when you're taking damage. I apologize having to detract from the game right there for a moment, but can't have myself dying. How fun would it be to watch this on a green screen? So, Zilean getting dropped really low there in health, and Gragas running out of mana. Gragas usually doesn't have too much problems mana-wise, as he can regenerate it fairly quickly. But you see him doing there as he drinks from the barrel. So Gragas is a really good in-lane character, really easy to sustain with that mana and health generation. There goes that ultimate, putting a lot of damage onto Cho'Gath and Ashe. He's not really using it for positioning, in that case, as you'll do a lot of times with Gragas. A lot of times you're going to use that ult to, you know, push champions one way or another to get extra damage on them. He wasn't using that. He just wanted the pure damage that it deals, and it does deal high damage. So, Ashe in the lane by herself now. And she's really just wanting to pick up as much CS as she can now. She really needs to get that advantage. That way she'll scale really well into the late game. And she's doing everything she can to pick up these minions that are underneath the turret. She did a pretty good job there. And she's up now to 24, so she's not far behind Gragas, who currently has the lead. But as a team, they're still behind a little bit. So definitely, it's not ground that they can't make up. But they really want to get there. And here comes Cho'Gath and Ashe into the tower. They're wanting to get some tower damage here, and it's going to happen. Zilean low on mana. He's not going to be able to provide a lot of damage to keep them off that tower. And Ashe is going to stay and hit that tower as long as she possibly can. She drops it down to nearly half of its health. Oh, wow. Flash there by Cho'Gath to get away, but he takes a lot of damage. Oh, body slam going in from Gragas. He does hit Cho'Gath. And Cho'Gath getting pretty low there on health. And it's going to leave Ashe in the lane by herself again. I could help you do that better. Sure, I wouldn't die here. So Ashe in the lane by herself again. Not that she minds, as long as she doesn't take turret damage. Main thing for her really is just making sure that she gets those last hits inside of that tower. And the tower did pick up some last hits there, so not a great situation for her. She's still behind a little bit when it comes to CS. She's now even actually fell behind her own lane partner, Cho'Gath, when it comes to CS. So something we haven't seen in the past. Evanis is actually taking the lead for his team in CS. And he's not far behind at all on Gragas now, only 2 CS behind him, and Ashe is actually above Zilean, so they're pretty much caught back up. Oh, down goes Gragas, saved by the Zilean, but they do take him down, forcing that Zilean off. They're not going to have that anymore. Oh, the Rupture and Silence onto Gragas. He is very low on health. But Gragas staying around. They don't want to allow this turret to take any damage. So he stays around, makes sure that the damage gets done, and they're going to leave Gragas in the lane. He has that health regen. He's drinking a health bar right now, and he has that mana regen to where it's not a bad idea for him to stay despite being low on health. He just has to play it safe. And it looked like there that Ashe did go back, I believe, and so with her back right now, it's going to be Cho'Gath versus Gragas in the lane. Nope, and Ashe is back now. So they do get a little bit of damage on Cho'Gath there. They're dropping his health low. Him and Gragas about even on health. Oh, and there goes the barrel. Oh, with the ultimate and the time bomb. Down goes Cho'Gath. And that's going to leave Ashe by the turret to defend by herself again. We see that combination of Zilean and Gragas is very powerful. It's working really well. So surprising from 2 champions we haven't seen in the tournament at all.